So guys, imagine 25 school girls has been abducted by terrorists in Kebbi. The same day, they fired Brigadier General. In Nigeria, we are having this level of insecurity and the government have not come out to say a word, even the IG of police. This is the level at which our security have been destroyed in Nigeria. So they tweeted and said, 25 schoolgirls has been adopted by terrorists in Kebbi. Yet, the president's press statement of the day is a casual greeting to a seasoned banker. The Inspector General of Police has not uttered a single word. This incompetent and illegally appointed IGP should have been fired long ago, especially after the Yawata massacre. But this is Nigeria, where failure is rewarded and silence is the default response to national tragedy. Boko Haram and ISWAP have just executed a brigadier general in the Nigeria army. And still, the president has not said anything. No reassurance, no outrage, no leadership. A nation where schoolgirls are kidnapped, senior military officers are murdered, and those in power behave as though nothing happened is a failed state. Imagine these two things happened in a day and the government did not say anything, did not do anything, did not bother to do anything about it. And again, someone said, correction, General Oba Brigade Commander of Dambo has been confirmed fired by ISWAP terrorists. Before his unfortunate capture, the brigade commander made this video we shared stating that he was okay. Unfortunately, after several hours, lost orientation within the forest. The troops, both ground and air, made several efforts to rescue the commander, who told them he was on his way to return to his base. He was unfortunately recaptured by the terrorists after viral reports of his abduction went viral. So this is happening in Nigeria, and our government are not doing anything. They never said a word. So what is the fate of students in Nigeria in the north? What's the fate of people in the north, where they can even kidnap a brigade general? So what is the fate of a normal Nigerian today, where they cannot protect their own? They can't protect their leader. Is it now a mere Nigeria they will protect? Just take a look at these videos, but if you're not watching, you can subscribe and let me go to view in the comment section.
Now to some breaking news. Before we start what's trending, we're just learning, with officials of Kebbi State government confirming a terrorist attack on Maga Comprehensive Girls Secondary School, where an unspecified number of female students have been abducted. So the chief press secretary to Kebbi State Governor Ahmed Idris confirmed the attack, while also saying that the details are still somewhat ambiguous as of now. But here's what we know. The state deputy governor, Umar Tafida, has led a team of government officials to the scene of the crime, while sources report that a staff of the school was killed and some even sustained different injuries as the terrorists got into the school and shot sporadically. So we'll definitely follow that story. Speaking of security or insecurity, let's head over to Katsina State now, where shocking new footage appears to show a number of armed bandits on motorcycles and bicycles storming the Kankia local government area of the state. So in this video posted on Saturday, a group of bandits ride into an open area as gunshots can literally be heard firing into the air, as no security presence is there to counter them or protect residents. Let's take a look at the video, then discuss it. We're seeing that video as new photos were also released on social media as evidence of a peace deal struck between bandit groups and community stakeholders in that local government area, as well as two others. So in photos shared on Saturday on Dan Katsina's X page, his caption states that negotiations ended with a mutual commitment to stopping the attacks in the affected areas, which have brought some sense of hope for a more stable security environment, allegedly. But this peace deal has raised questions about what that peace deal might look like in neighboring local government areas, especially in Kano State Interestingly, it's often believed that the de-escalation of violence in one area can have a ripple effect, pushing the violence instead onto another area in close proximity. And I'll come to you on this. I mean, that video, it's just the brazenness of the attack, how just, they're completely out in the open and no one's around to stop it.
So the stories we've taken this morning show clearly that we have a deep insecurity problem in Nigeria, and it's an inherited problem. It didn't start with this administration. The only challenge is that previous administrations have not been able to deal with it. Going back to the last story around how we even negotiate with bandits, that has been criticized heavily by in different quarters. If you're talking about, you say, well, we negotiated with, or we gave amnesty to people like Niger Delta militants and all that. These people had an ideology. There was a cause for their violence. What is the ideology of the bandits? That they are criminals? Very soon we'll be negotiating with kidnappers and thieves. We'll be asking them to come to a round table to let us talk as to how we can appease them so that they don't steal our look at the brazenness of their attack, and the fact that they have no respect for security operatives. So it's either one, the security operatives at this point can be accused of being in collusion with them, whereby they are aware or they are compromised, because there's no way that we have security apparatus in Nigeria and this brazen show in broad daylight is happening. So it's either one, we begin to interrogate whether or not the security operatives have been compromised. The second part of it is that we are just unable to, we don't have capacity for this. And that's why some Nigerians are saying, let the US come. Because if we've not been able to deal with this problem for so long, then maybe we need external help from people who have capacity to help us. But at the crux of it is the fact that we need to deal with this incessant insecurity that's plaguing across all Nigeria. And I want to speak about the Kebbi girls. It is sad that despite all the campaigns that have happened, we've talked about other kidnappings that have happened in the past, and now when we're really talking insecurities on the front burner, it's almost a slap on the face of the government to see in the Northwest another case of kidnapping in a school. We've had the Safe School Initiative. What happened to that? We've had interventions following kidnappings. What happened to that? It means that the government is admitting through this incident that they are unable to tackle the situation. And that's one of the primary responsibilities of government, to ensure security of lives and property. Finally, on Christian genocide, I'll just say this one point, that with Dr. Esiet going to Plateau State, I'd said it was a good move because we need to deal with this kinetically and non-kinetically, but it's also an admission that the government was too hasty in responding to the claims of Christian genocide without even an investigation first to speak to community leaders. So their reaction, first of all, knee-jerk was deny, say it's okay, then go back to say, okay, come together, let us talk to you and ask. Should that not have been done first before they went on to deny that it was happening in the first place?
A number of things Christians have suffered in this country can be compared to the crucifixion of the Lord. Do we talk about the takeover of all Christian schools, all mission schools by Nigerian government? They took over those schools, destroyed them, turned our educational institutions into houses of formation of criminals and mediocres. People who can't write simple letters, who can't speak any language correctly, who can't solve their own problems, and won't pass any exam without cheating. And that is like crucifying, because that is a house. The school is a house of formation of character. They have taken the body away. They have removed all signs of his death. Since after the takeover of schools, who has the correct statistics of the number of churches that have been burnt down in this country? Who knows how many Christians have been killed in this country because they are Christians? Some right inside the church. Some will tell you these are criminals. They are not just targeting Christians. Take it easy. How many of those who perpetrate these crimes have been arrested and prosecuted? How many of them are in jail? How many of them have faced the death penalty? the Catholic Church is against the death penalty. I'm talking about Nigerian law. But we know that if anything happens to some of those who perpetrate this crime, either in self-defense or in resistance, the government stands up. There is outrage everywhere in all levels of government. This selective outrage of government, this selective outrage of the police, of the army, of the security agencies, when innocent citizens are massacred, and when criminals are repelled, and in the repelling they die, this selective outrage is like, it's not only that they have killed him, they have taken the body away. They want to wipe off every trace. And some Christians are being provoked legitimately to react. Anytime any of them reacts, they are said to be taking the laws into their hands. But all those who trample the law with their feet, trample upon the law. They kill, they rape, they maim, they sack farmers, they harvest crops of farmers and feed it to their cattle. And when you say no, why are you doing this? It is death. And when they do that, they record it and post it to government to see. If you ask them question, you are killed. If you chase them away and while running away they die, you'll be condemned to death.
Imagine what happened in Nigeria. 2 things happened in a day. The government never said anything. Where the Brigadier General was by ISWAP. 25 schoolgirls also abducted in the north by this same terrorist. And Gumi have come out to say that nobody should buy the terrorists, that they are their protectors, they are their children, their brothers. But they're buying people. If you not buy them back, the government are not the one that are going to. They're going to give you death by hanging. Imagine what's happening in Nigeria. Day by day we hear this type of things, and then we ask ourselves, are we really in a country where our leaders care for the masses, although they are leading? But let me get your views in the comment section as I watch the video. As I get a reaction in the comment section. I'll see you guys in my next video.